Hi guys, so today I'm here to do my Pretty Little Liars review of episode 17. So, first of all, I thought it was funny how Arya was like, oh, Spencer would probably peg him with jelly beans. And then I felt kind of bad, like, how she tried to make it funny, but then Emily was just like, don't talk about Spencer. Because, they're mad at each other right now. And then I was shocked to see that Mike threw a party while Arya was away. And I'm just like, what? And I don't know if it's just me, but I find it, like, random when they put him into the show, because it just seems like, oh, one moment they'll focus on him and the next it's like he doesn't even really exist. And I thought it was funny how Emily was like, this is somebody's home, and when she was talking to the people who were making out on the desk, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's just really weird. I can't believe Hannah was actually like trying to read so that she's like, oh, I need to get inside the criminal's mind. And sorry if it looks weird, my cat's on my bed right now. And yeah, so she's like, oh, I have to get inside the criminal's mind, so I'm starting to read criminal novels. And I'm just like, what? I'm like, that's helpful but weird at the same time. Like, since when does Hannah read? And then Spencer was like, oh, is Travis reading them to you? Which is funny but rude at the same time. But I don't know, it made me laugh. And I felt bad because, Hannah wasn't invited to the movies, and it's just because, she's the only one talking to Spencer. And so I'm like, well, that sucks, but whatever. And then, Arya goes up to her room, and Mona's in there, and I'm just like, what is Mona doing there? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. She's like, oh, I'm looking for the bathroom. But yeah, there's no toilet in Arya's room. Like, what? That doesn't make sense. I can't believe that Mike invited Mona. I'm like, don't you know that her and your sister hate each other? Like, why? That doesn't make any sense. And I thought it was, like, I don't know, that whole, like, scenario was weird. I'm like, why is Mona in Mike's life? Like, they've never talked or anything. It's just really weird. And Arya's like, does she come here to poop or snoop? Which, I don't know. I love their, like, little jokes. They're always so funny and weird. I'm just like, okay then. And I couldn't believe that Mike was actually defending Mona. He's like, Mona's a good girl. Like, she's changed and whatever. And I'm like, since when are you and Mona friends? Like, since when are you close enough to be defending each other? And, I thought it was weird how Emily's GPS was acting up because she drove out of the area. Like, what? Like, do GPSs really do that? I don't think so. And I'm just like, why is Ezra talking to Malcolm's mom? Like, I thought she moved away and I thought there was absolutely no contact. I mean, I'm kind of, like, fuzzy about the whole Ezra thing. But, like, I did feel bad for him because he doesn't get to see Malcolm. And I'm just like, that really isn't fair to him. And, he's like, flying off the handle isn't going to help Arya. And I'm just like, yeah. Because you're the one to talk about not getting too upset or anything. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And then, Hannah's talking to the cop while she's checking out books or whatever. And I'm just like, why is he coming back? Like, what is his purpose? I don't know. I just don't understand why he has to come back. And, I'm glad that Emily figured out that A was the one who killed her car or whatever. And she's like, Hannah, stop reading. You're not a detective. And I'm just like, why is everyone putting down Hannah's reading? Like, if anything, you should be encouraging it. And my cat's super weird. I was like, I thought it was like, I don't know, I just feel really bad for Spencer because, she's trying to, like, make amends with Emily, but Emily's just not having it. And, like, I mean, it's not like Spencer did it on purpose. She just was trying to help, And, Arya confronts Mona about hanging out with her brother, and Mona's just like, well, suck it up, Arya. And I'm like, who are you to talk? Like, you've been ruining their lives. And I'm just like, why is Mona hanging around Mike? Like, honestly, since when do they talk? They've never talked once. I don't know, I just think it's really weird and so suspicious. And I thought about, like, Spencer was like, oh, I forgot about a test, and I'm just like, since when does Spencer forget about tests? Like, what is wrong with her? I mean, I know she's been stressed out lately about, like, the whole Ezra's A thing or whatever, but I'm just like, since Like, since when do you forget about stuff? And then, you know, she's talking to Andrew, and I'm just like, okay, he's acting really creepy. I'm just like, maybe it's just him, or I don't know. I'm just like, he's acting really weird right now. And then, you know, you see Ezra and Mona together, and I'm just like, that's such bad news. Like, Ezra and Mona together is just not a good idea. And I thought it was funny how Hannah was like, oh my gosh, where's my book? She's like, I have my book right here. She's like, oh my gosh, if I lose my book. And then the waiter just leaves, and she's like, oh, because it was underneath the tub that was on top of her book. And I'm just like, since when does Hannah freak out about books? Like, I don't know, this episode is just really weird because everyone's like out of the ordinary. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And then, you know, Hannah starts talking to the cop again, and I'm just like, is he flirting with her? I'm like, okay. So is he gonna be like an actual cop, or is he gonna be her new love interest? Which I think they'd be kind of cute together. And you know, Arya goes to talk to Mona's new therapist or whatever, and she's just like, how do I put this nicely? Mona's the devil. And then, you know, he's like, I think you need to explore your anger. She's like, I'm not angry. I'm just like, okay, like, sure you're not. I mean, I understand, but like, Arya did seem a little crazy right there. Then you find out that Ezra is texting Allison, and I'm just like, what? Like, when did all of this happen? Like I said, this episode is extremely abnormal because nobody's acting like their self, which is really weird. Oh my gosh, I thought this was the dumbest thing ever. You know, Mr. Fields goes and he talks to Ezra, and he's like, Emily's having some problems and I think you can help her. And I'm just like, what? Like, that? Oh my gosh, like, talk to anybody else. Like, I mean, I don't know, I don't want to say talk to Mona, but like, I don't know, just, Ezra's probably the worst person to say, oh, I need you to help my daughter, because he's not going to help your daughter. Like, I know he doesn't know, but that's just the worst thing ever. And, you know, and then Spence, when she's talking to Andrew, she looks a bit psycho. I'm just like, okay. Because, like, honestly, Spencer's really creeping me out with her whole, like, dead look. You know, she has, like, I don't know, she looks really pale, and I'm pretty sure her eyes are, like, oh my gosh, she just looks really bad. And, I don't know. Okay, so maybe this is just me. Maybe it was just me, but, like, when she was asking Andrew for whatever she needed, I'm just like, okay. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so, you know, it turns out she wants drugs, you know, to help her stay up. And, that's not exactly what I thought. I kind of thought she was gonna say, oh, I'll just sleep with you for the answers. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird because I was relieved when she was like, oh, I just want some drugs. I was like, oh, that's so much better. Which is really weird, but I'm just like, is it? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just felt relieved when she was just wanting drugs instead of sleeping with him. I don't know. That's just me. And, you know, Emily's having problems sleeping, and she picks up a pair of scissors, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, Emily. I'm like, I know you think it's A, but I'm just like, I hope they don't make her stab her parents or something, because that would suck. And, well, she almost did. Thankfully, she didn't. But, yeah, I'm just like, maybe Emily needs some pills. Sleeping pills, because she's going crazy, too. And I thought that was really creepy how there was that handprint outside her window. And, I thought it was really smart for Spencer to type up the stories, you know, so then she could see the changes that had been made in the diary. And, yeah. You know, she finds out that there was a bar outside of Hollis, which I can't remember at the time, but, yeah, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's where Ezra went. And I'm like, bar outside of Hollis with Allison? That's not a good idea. And, I thought it was really smart of Hannah to go to the dentist, because she's like, oh, well, like, you know, to go and try to get the teeth records. So I'm like, that's actually really smart of her. So I'm like, those books are actually helping her figure out some stuff. And, oh my gosh, I thought Arya took it too far when she went to go talk to Malcolm's mom. I'm like, I know you're concerned, but you really don't have to go talk to her. Like, it's, okay, it is your business, but it's not Like, I don't think she should have gone up and talked to her. You know, that resulted in her breaking Malcolm's picture, and that probably just made things worse. And, oh my gosh, I don't know if it's just me, but I was a little disturbed by Mona and Mike, the whole making out thing. Like, that's not okay. Like, okay, they like each other. We get that. I don't need to see them making out. That's a little much. And, yeah, you know, Spencer, she sees Ezra at the bar, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, yes, she's gonna catch him. He's gonna get his pie and his board shorts ale. But then he's like, oh, I'll just cancel the rest of my order. And I'm like, really? Like, I was like, we were so close. But thankfully, she still brought the beer. So I was like, oh, so we do get to figure out that, you know, he has board shorts. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, so it's confirmed. Ezra is board shorts. And I'm just like, what does that even mean now, you know? Because, like, if he's board shorts, that means he knew Allie and everything. So, like, I don't know. I just kind of, all I could think was, what does this mean for Ezra now? Like, I don't know. And, oh my gosh, I thought it was so stupid. Like, these girls, what is it, season 3 or 4, whatever season it is, these girls have been chased, and Emily is still going to places alone at night. I'm just like, why? Like, why are you alone at school? And I don't know if it was just me. I don't know. This just caught my attention. I'm just like, how did she drop that whole stack of papers and there wasn't one sound? You know how, like, normally when you drop a big packet on your desk, it goes thump. Well, there was no sound. I don't know. I thought that was weird. And, I was just like, oh my gosh, her dad isn't answering her phone, so how the heck is she gonna get out of the school if A's locking her in there? And I thought it was, okay, I thought it was cool and creepy and weird how A got the whole act normal sign to go up on the bulletin. I'm like, how do you even do that? Like, A's creepy but amazing at the same time. I'm like, how does A even do this stuff? And, like, I don't know. It's just weird. And, you know, Hannah wakes up and her mouth's bleeding and she doesn't have the teeth records anymore. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't know. A is just an amazing person in the worst way possible. I'm just like, how are you everywhere at once and you can do everything and anything without, like, I don't know, without someone catching you? Just how are you this person? How are you A? How do you become A? I don't know. And I'm glad that Emily's dad, you know, was able to rescue her. I mean, he had to go through all that military climbing stuff up to the window, which I thought was kind of cool. But then, you know, he comes down and he's basically having a heart attack, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, he better not die, because if he dies, that's like, oh my gosh, that's so tragic. Like, I hope he's okay. And, oh my gosh, you know, when the girls meet again, Spencer looks horrible. The makeup, they did a really good job on her makeup. I just want to say that. Like, it's just really good because she really looks sick and horrible. And then, you know, they find a message in Hannah's mouth, which is completely normal. Just another one of A's many talents. I don't know. So, thanks for watching. Ciao!